I'm Mike, N2MAK. It's Boilermaker weekend, so let's get on the road, get out to Utica, and play some radio. We got the Yaesu FT4XR running APRS using MobiLink, and see what else we got. The Coffee and Ham Radio's tumbler filled with coffee, and some breakfast sandwiches from Fat Don's. Yeah, it's a thing. It's what a friend of mine in college used to refer to McDonald's as Fat Don's, and it's stuck ever since. So we are officially ready to get on the road. We just finished Parks on the Air activation here at the Albert J. Woodford State Forest in central New York. I'm with Ed, KK2B, and Sean, KT2O. All right, just a quick look at the setup. We used the Wolf River coils. We had the Sporty 40 on, but bypassed it and just used the 213-inch extended whip. We operated on 20 and then also on 17. I got some KMR 400, and that was going back to the 891.
This is Kilo Tango 2 Oscar calling CQ POTA, CQ POTA, CQ POTA, CQ Parks on the Air, CQ Parks on the Air from KT2O, Kilo Tango 2 Oscar. Looking for any station anywhere.
All right, so Ed had this really cool antenna. Now, we had already set up before he got here, and so we were using the Wolf Rivers for the activation. But Ed, why don't you kind of walk us through the antenna, what we got here?
All right, basically this is a homebrew 17-meter vertical end fed, and it's made out of old antenna parts. Nothing purchased. I found most of these on the side of the road and put it together. Have an end point where I feed it right here. So the length of the antenna starts at the black line, goes in, and I have mounted here 4 radials that are connected with banana plugs. Makes it easier to set up and tear down. Just regular PVC to keep it isolated from the ground. And then as we go up, I got a little metal ring here that I use for the guy wires. And at the end of each guy wire, I have a concrete cylinder that weighs about 34 pounds, and it's enough to keep the antenna up straight during a pretty sizable wind. And I use this I have 3 different antennas, one for 17, my latest one, a 20-meter one, and a 40-meter one. So that's why I have the extra weight. For this one, it doesn't take much. But when I've got the 40-meter one, which is 35, 36 feet in length, I need the extra control of the antenna so it doesn't fall over in the wind.
Awesome.
Like I say, all homebrew things, all non-purchased, to go through and carry on the legacy of the ham radio cheap operator.
I love it. This is great. Thank you so much.
Alrighty, not a problem.
All right, that was a lot of fun. Got the park activated, just over a dozen contacts on 20 and 17. Got some DX to Sweden, which was nice, and it was really cool. Got to use Sean's 891, and then it was cool seeing Ed's homebrew vertical. But don't have a lot of time. Gotta get heading back and get ready for the practice net tonight. All right, so I'm in town for the Utica Boilermaker, which is one of the larger 5K and 15K races in the Northeast. They say it attracts 20,000 or more runners, volunteers, and spectators each year. It's the first 5K that I ever did, and I've run it quite a few times the last decade or so, usually with my family, my brother and my sister. My sister wasn't able to make it up from Texas this year for it, though, and my brother's not running, so a couple hams I know in the area reached out and asked if I'd be interested in volunteering, and I thought it'd be a fun way to give back, especially all the years that I've run it. It'd be nice to help out and make the race possible for so many others. And so Oskinitz is the second oldest pizzeria in the U.S. and their pizza is phenomenal. Let's get this open and I'll show you. So they do it a little different. You got the sauce on the top. The crust is obviously on the bottom. Then you got the toppings. I got pepperoni, and you got the cheese, and then the sauce right on top. It's phenomenal. There's the finish line for the race, and it is right at the brewery. I had to get a fresh case right from the brewery.
Please respond with your name and call sign. If you're participating in this, if I don't hear from you after 2 attempts, I'll assume that you're not part of the net and we'll move on from there. Anyone I don't hear from, we'll come back to. This is AA2CU for the K2IQ Boilermaker safety net. Post 31 N2MAK. Mike, are you with us?
Post 31 N2MAK, loud and clear.
Loud and clear. Thank you, Mike.
Let's check out this setup. So I recently picked up this Field & Stream fishing chair, and what's great about it is it has a rod holder on there, and it fits perfectly the Soda Beam's carbon 6 mast. So right now on the mast, I got the Ed Fong roll-up J-pole, and going to be using this setup at the Boilermaker race tomorrow. I'm volunteering, helping provide some radio support. Let me show you how this works and why I think it's going to be really great, not just for POTA and SOTA, but also for volunteering at some special events like this. So for the radios, this is my kit. I got, of course, the Yaesu FT4XR, extra radio, got the Baofeng GT5R. I got speaker mics for both, got extra batteries for both radios, got signal stick antennas along with the duck antennas too. Then got the race instructions there for my assignment. Got a ShamWow towel just to have on hand. The chair collapses into a backpack, which I'll show in a moment, but there's a bottle holder on this side as well as the other. And we got a small pouch up here. I just got some tissues, pen, paper, snacks, additional storage down here, which is way more than enough to fit the radios as well as the mast and the umbrella. So I got this umbrella holder off of Amazon, and the umbrella will come in handy in case it rains or if I just want to get the sun out of the way. So probably overkill. I don't know if I'm going to need to use the mast where I am, but let me show you how the chair folds up and you'll see why I think it's going to be a great idea for some portable radio operations. There's a close-up look at the backpack side of it. It does have the chest strap, adjustable straps. There's even some padding there, and down below I've carried heavier packs for sodas, so this isn't bad, and I've already checked. It does fit my ICOM 705 and some other things, so I definitely plan on taking this portable. And just a real quick look at the other side there where you can see everything's all packed up into the main pouch. There's even some MOLLE webbing if you want to add some additional pouches there. Get to the chopper! Had to stop at the Legion for a quick beer. Good morning. Got here early and time to get set up now. was exhausted after the race. I only slept a few hours the night before, and then I had a couple hours that I had to drive back home. So I'm back. I'm well rested now and had a chance to kind of put together some final thoughts on the video. First, let's start with after action report. So I was at post 31. That was near the finish line. I was within eyesight of the finish line. Me personally didn't have really too many issues to deal with. I was stationed with some volunteers from the Oriskany Falls Fire Department. They had a UTV with a stretcher. We didn't have any medical emergencies that had to be tended to at our post though. And my setup was totally overkill. I did not need to have the the J-pole up on a mast or anything like that. I was within simplex range of all the others, as well as the repeater, just using the Yaesu with a signal stick antenna. But it was good to be prepared, and this is my first time volunteering for the event. I didn't know what to expect, and well, I didn't have a mission critical role to the race or anything. I think overall the hams definitely contributed. We kept track of participants throughout the course. The first runners, the last runners, the wheelchairs, and then we certainly reported some medical emergencies and some traffic and safety issues. And they even had set up in the medical tent amateur radio data network to keep track of who was in the tent and who was out of the tent in case there was issues locating runners that had medical issues. So, best of all though, it was nice to be able to give back and help out. I don't know that anything I did individual was mission critical to the race or the event, but it was nice to get thank yous after from a lot of the runners. And having run this race before, I definitely have a real deep appreciation for all the volunteers that contribute to races and other events and help make them possible for others. An Elmer of mine likes to say that HAM stands for having another meal. Food was definitely a big part of this trip. I got the Oskanitz pizza as soon as I got into town. And then I had to bring back home some tomato pie and half moon cookies for the family. Those are a big tradition in Utica, and everyone loves them. But ham radio does mean a lot of different things to different people. It's a big hobby in service. There's lots of different ways to enjoy and participate. But ultimately, I think if you boil it down, it comes down to three things. Connecting with others, helping others, and then having fun. I hope, however you enjoy ham radio, that making friends and making a difference are a part of it. I know for me, I really had a great time this weekend, both meeting up with Ed and Sean to do a POTA activation, as well as volunteer with many other hams at the race. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, click like, subscribe to my channel. If you got a question or comment, leave it down below and I'll do my best to respond. I'm Mike, N2MAK 73.